Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on whatever time you're watching this. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your first time, and welcome back. It is your second, third, or fourth. How far? How are you doing? I miss you guys. Okay, so today, as you can see from the caption, I'm going to be talking about balancing motherhood and being a career person. And as you all know, or if you don't know, I'm a mom of two, a boy and a girl, and I can only ascribe all glory to God for this past years of being of doing this mommy thing because I couldn't have done it on my own. So stay with me as we get right into the video to spill the juice. So if you're new on this channel, you'll find out just now that I'm a mom of two. I have a boy and a girl, beautiful boy and a girl, and it's been God all the way doing this mommy thing with me. And I'd like to share a few points. I understand that there are a lot of new moms that might be going through this kind of struggle that are career people. At the same time, they are also full-time moms because you really cannot outsource being a mom. You cannot outsource being a mom except you want to be an irresponsible mother. So, but there's a way around it. How can we balance being a career person and also being a present mom? So there are a few tips that I have learned to imbibe. Take note of the word learned because I did not just start this way. It was a whole lot of struggle for me initially, but then I had to was to adapt to that change. So yeah, a few things that I was able to apply in the course of doing this mommy thing and still maintaining a career. Number one, I'm a Jesus girl. I'm a Jesus girl, and that means that put it into God's hands. You cannot be an adult, be a mother, and be a career person at the same time without God. How are you doing it? Tell me, how are you doing it without God? If you're doing it without God, please explain. Can you just explain how you are doing it? You're a mother, you're an adult, and you're maintaining a career. No, you can't do it without God. For me, I couldn't have done it without God, and it's just been God all the way. And what do I mean by it's been God all the way? One of the things I like to do that is like a go-to act for me is I like to say a short prayer. I commit everything into God's hands because it's really a whole lot to merge all these things together. So you have to, God has to be your anchor, the anchor to your soul. If not, as a mother, you will break down. As an adult on its own, you can first of all faint. But when you now had been a mother to it, you faint like 3 times. All right, so okay, so that's a lighter note. So you cannot do it without God. You just have to let God be at the center of it. Let God be at the center of your decision making as a mom, decision making as for the career path to choose, or decision making on how to just merge these three responsibilities together amongst all other responsibilities. So that's the first thing. The second thing is get a support. You cannot underestimate the power of a good support system. I don't mean just any support, a good support system that your children can also look up to and be like, and feel like home with. I mean, for instance, my kids, they always like to go to their caregiver's place. And I'm like, yes, go. I want you to go. I just want to rest. And that gives me some form of good peace because if they were not enjoying the stay with the caregiver, I'll definitely not be at peace because they'll always be complaining. They would not want to go, especially my girl. If she does not want something, she does not want it. And we're in an age and time whereby you don't ignore the cues or warnings or complaints of your children. You can't just ignore. When my daughter says, I don't want this, I try to probe further, and she's this day and time, we have very, very strong-willed children, and my daughter is really one of those kind of strong-willed children. When she says she does not want something, she does not want it. So when it comes to a caregiver, there is always this excitement that they want to always go there. They always want to spend time with her, and that's because she's treating them right. So why wouldn't I be at peace? Why would I want to hold on to them and say, no, nobody else can take care of you like I would, and I'll put them under my feather as a mother bear that I am? No. So learn good support. Get a good support. And as I said before, my first point was put it into God's hands. you would not fail to pray for your the support system that you have around you, whether it's a family member kind of support system or it's just a total external kind of support system. You would not fail to put them into prayers, because when the Spirit of the Lord is inside them, they will definitely take care of your children. But when they are there, they are not carriers of God's presence. You can't just keep your kids in the hands of and just be careless with who is with your children or who is with your child. So that's the second point. Get good support. Don't be so overprotective of your children that you don't trust anyone to do it, because you have so much more to do. You are not just a mother. There is so much assignment that God has committed into your hands than being a mother. Being a mother, so you don't fail to pray for these people that you call your support system. Remember, before I started exploring the use of getting a childcare support, because I have to go to work every day, I had family members around me, like my brother and sister were staying with me, but then they had to go. And while they were here, I really enjoyed their support. But then since they left, I had to move on. Life had to move on, and we just had to find a way around it. And I just had to take advantage of that. So get a good child care support system. Someone that, for me, I would rather go for someone that has a child. Personally, that's my own, because you already have a child and you know how to care for a child already, but not just someone that just wants to make money and doesn't really care. So that's my own opinion. Another thing that I learned to do is schedule and prioritize. As an adult, as a mom, as a career person, you have a whole lot of responsibilities in your hands, a whole lot of expectations at work, in the home front, and every other commitment that you might have. You learn to schedule. You cannot do everything in one day. I cannot do everything in one day. So one of the things I like to do, one of the things I started doing this year was I have a journal. I just like to write my to-do. Everything I need to do on a daily basis, I'll place them in order of priority and just ensure that I check them out. I notice that anytime I do not do that, I end up not getting as productive as I desire to be, even if it's at work, if it's work related, and if it's at home. So I just like to schedule and prioritize tasks. Okay, what is important? What report do I have to deliver on? What deadline do I have to meet? So learn to schedule, learn to prioritize. And scheduling also means planning for your hangouts, planning for your getaways, schedule it. If it's not in your plan, please schedule. One thing I like to do is I learned to do this year is I learned to journal. So on the go, I'm always writing. I always have my journal with me, at least on my phone. You don't have to have and if you like to write directly, you can have a small journal and paper where you write and put things down. So once I put down what I need to do and schedule and plan myself and plan my day, I get things done. So it could be deliverable at work, a deadline to meet, or something you have to do, or a plan. So the thing is, if you don't have anything written down, planned out in your schedule, you are not available. You are overbooking yourself. So why do you need to overbook yourself when you don't really have the time? So learn to schedule and prioritize, because it's very, very important that we also put our kids in a place, in a good priority in the scale of things, because you really cannot outsource being a mom. Your child care support can never be your child's mom. And that thing is, learn to prioritize quality over quantity. As career persons, depending on the kind of career you are doing, if you're a 9-to-5 worker, you might not have all the time to be able to spend with your children, but you can prioritize quality. When you come back from your workplace, though, if it's 1 hour you're able to spend with your children, make it a time that is memorable. That is one thing I like to do. We end up doing a lot of hugs, talking about what went wrong, what happened in the school, the friend that said this, the friend that said that. One thing I learned to stop doing is being guilty. No guilt. No guilt, because at the end of the day, you are trying to make money so that you are responsible for yourself and you're able to support your child's need. But at the same time, you need to learn to prioritize quality over quantity. If you have to spend 30 minutes or 1 hour of your time when you come back from work with your child, anyhow that works for you, do it. For me, what do I do when I come back from work? Aside from ensuring that they have dinner before they go to sleep, I try as much as possible to do a lot of hugging have a lot of conversation. How did your school go? What happened today? Tell me what happened. Then I start to hear, oh, this person had a birthday today. Oh, this person beat me. Or whatever we talk. Then from the conversations that we have, even from a 3-year-old, I pick some valuable things. And if we sometimes need to go to the school to complain about, I'll complain. So spend quality time. Let the goal be quality, not quantity. Quality such that they will remember. One of the things I adopted, and I think that is one of a way that I spend time with my kids, is anytime they're having their bath time before going to bed, they always look forward to it. They always look forward to it, because that's another time for us to play. And I try as much as possible to infuse some values into it. One of the things I was able to teach my kids is you can do anything, you can handle anything. And every time they're at that point, they'll just say, I can handle anything. The song was a song I created so that they would not forget to sing and to imbibe that value. Let's make it worthwhile, something that they will not forget to do, or something that they will not forget and they always look forward to. And it brings me so much joy anytime my daughter reiterates what she learned during our bedtime. She will be like, Mommy, I tried it. I can do it. And she'll be like, I can handle anything. I can handle anything. I can handle anything. And in a way, she just knows that there is nothing she cannot do. There is nothing she cannot do. So I just try to infuse fun into the time that we spend together. I just try to infuse fun into it. So prioritize quality over quantity. Learn to assign chores. Currently, I do not have a living help. As I said, I have an external childcare support and someone that comes in every week to just assist with doing the cleaning and everything. I learned to assign chores. And what do I mean by assign chores? As learns to wash the dishes. I mean, she might not necessarily wash it clean, but we do it together. When I'm washing, she's rinsing, and she always looks forward to it. And in a way, she thinks it's fun. But at the end of the day, she's learning something and it's also relieving me of stress. So it's a win-win situation. So learn to assign chores. And assigning chores does not only mean making her come rinse the dishes while I wash. I could be like, we are in Nigeria and we're Yoruba. I could be like, maybe I'm trying to do something else and I have other things to do. And for instance, she has learned to cut ewedu. That's one of it. I'm assigning chores. So whatever it is for you, assign it. So seek support. God did not create us to do life alone. Seek support from your spouse. If your spouse is not able to give you all the support you need, seek support from your caregiver. One way I learned to seek support is my kids, because we have an after school care plan that we run. My caregiver also does the laundry for my kids. Like, I just have to tip her and just tip an extra tip just to buy time for myself and relieve stress for me. So I don't have to think of, okay, they have exhausted the uniform for the week, blah, blah, blah. They always have a clean school uniform. So that one is out of it. So seek support in whatever way you can. That support you want. Also talk to people. Learn to talk to people. Learn to talk to other moms. One of the things that is a lifesaver. If you're a mom and you don't have a mom friend, I don't know how you're still doing it, because you're going to draw strength from the experience of another mom. And I'm very sure that from one of this points I'm giving, if you're a mom here that I've not started doing all these things, you will draw some form of strength from this. So learn to seek support. Seeking support also means talking to other moms. How are they doing it? And just social network with other moms. So seek support. Seek support any way you can do it. Another thing that you cannot not do is rest. Rest. I learned to rest. Before, I'm the kind of person that I'm the very hands-on person. I mean, there's always something to do as a mom. There's never a free time. If you know, you know. There's never a free time, but I learned to rest. I learned to carry my eyes and look away. Like, you know that thing they tell me, yeah, look away. I learned to do it. Mama, look away. I look away often now. And that's not because I don't care, but because I cannot give what I don't have. Then you cannot give what you don't have. If you don't have love, for yourself, how can you give love to another person? And love for yourself means rest. Love for yourself means spending time alone. Love for yourself means rejuvenating. Love for yourself means breathing. Take time to breathe. The fact that you give birth to these children, or you have this career, or you need time to spend time with yourself. I learned to rest. I learned to raise my leg on the table and fold my hands like this and look at the TV. I just learned to breathe. So learn to rest, learn to breathe, learn to not feel guilty when you are resting, because life will go on if you are no more. Life will go on if you are no more, and your children will not get the best of you when you are exhausted. When you are exhausted, you will be cranky when you are relating with them. You will be snapping. You will snap. You will not even know when you have snapped. And you start feeling guilty. So learn to rest. And resting means, so if you look at all these things, they are entwined. If you don't have a good support system, there's no way you'll be able to rest. If you don't trust God enough to allow your support system to care for your child, you'll be overwhelmed. You won't be able to rest. And that's where you become a cranky mom, a tired mom, an hungry mom, and all the other adjectives that you can qualify that kind of mom to be. And you don't want to be that kind of mom. You don't want to be that kind of mom. You want your children to experience you. You want your career to feel you. You want to grow in your career. You want to be able to schedule. You don't want to be overspent. So I hope that with these few tips there's still more on the list, but if there's any other thing that you can share with us, please put in the comment section, and people looking through the comments could learn. I could also learn, and we'll do life together and we'll grow. Thank you so much for staying tuned to the end. I love you. Kindly subscribe, share,